Uno, dos, tres.
14.
No.
Hey,
Guys,
Wagwan.
good?
what's up? How we doing today
What it do, boo?
on this beautiful Sunday afternoon?
Beautiful.
It's nice today.
It is nice outside.
The sky is
It's
blue.
freezing.
This
But
coat,
it's
I had on
nice.
a puffer jacket and I have on a hat because it's cold outside.
It's
But,
quite cold.
It looks nice.
Yes.
I'm here for it. So I will not complain about the coat because I've been waiting patiently to not sweat. So I love winter over here.
Never welcome.
I just feel like
degrees. Never.
no. I just feel like there is a happy place between sweating and freezing, and I have not been there.
I feel you.
Either, but I would prefer to freeze than sweat. Child, being hot is
I don't know.
Agree. That's perfectly fine. But it's just Sakaéla's preference. I prefer to be cold than be hot, child. The heat.
Can't cope with doing the cold too much.
Not fun. So,
I mean, it is
Not
easier
for
to
me.
get warm than it is to cool off.
I'm happy, and that's all that matters right now. I'm in my
element.
Oh wow! Forget
That's
about
what
that.
I'm at. Right.
All right. Well, moving on. She's
Clearly, we're not important. Well, guys.
Wow. All right.
That said, as we know, it's Sakaéla's world. Last week we talked about protecting Black women.
Period.
And as we normally do, we shared some questions on the story, and some of you lot sent us some answers, which we love. So, first question: what do you think has made men feel so entitled to women? One person said centuries of being labeled the head, centuries of patriarchy, and somebody said patriarchy and their mamas.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
Here's the lie.
That is the tea. Oh, tea, no shade. Next question. We had a poll and we asked, have you ever told a man no and he persists? And we got 100% yes.
Wild.
Of course.
Like, basically, men do better. And it means no.
Like,
I feel like that's something that you learn as a child, but somewhere along the way, it only holds true for one.
Right. Yeah.
And come on,
do
guys.
better.
Do better. Next question for the guys. Have you ever been told no and still persisted? 25% said yes. 75% said no.
Interesting.
What's interesting is people don't follow instructions. So there's one man who answered on this poll and he said no, and 3 women voted for yes.
Oh, I actually didn't realize that was for men. So I obviously don't follow instructions. I didn't vote, but I saw it and I thought it was. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I didn't actually.
I saw footy ladies and then I saw footy guys.
Sorry, I didn't read it properly. Hey, it happened.
I guess as for the guys, we have 100% no, but only one person voted on that one.
Oh my dang!
Don't shame them. Don't shame them. It happens. Sometimes you're so in tune or so connected to the content that you just think it's all about you. And that's all right. I'm here for you people. Don't worry. It's all right.
It's fine.
But reading is fundamental.
Okay. Reading is fundamental, but it's okay. And we love you and we appreciate your responses anyway. Thank you to the one guy who responded. So, right, one person voted no on that poll. And then he said, though, another question is, did you then slander or insult her instead of persisting? Which is an interesting question that was raised by someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to add that, but I was like, that's too many words. So I'm just going to try to just be as precise as possible and just say, did you continue?
But that's a very, very good question. And I'm sure.
Very valid question. So as always, guys, we really appreciate you interacting with us. Please continue to send us your responses, tell us your thoughts, leave us a comment. Make sure you follow us on WMTR podcast on everything. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel so that you can see our beautiful faces, because I mean, look at the material. You can find these on our stories every Saturday. Make sure that you are following us so that you can take part.
All right, y'all. So we gonna get into We Love to See It, which is the part of the part of the podcast where we talk about all the things that we love to see, that y'all might be doing, that somebody is doing out in this beautiful big world. So who wants to go first?
Okay. This week we're shouting out my girl SKJK, Suzanne Khan, killing the damn thing, taking over the internet, taking over the matcha world. Naked Zero Wellness, Naked Zero Matcha. Like, I just love to see her win. And she is killing it. And her social media inspires the hell out of me. Her wellness page has so many great tips on just making you, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it makes you accountable, and it also inspires you to take control of your life, to do things to kind of get order in your life. And then she's putting out her own matcha and selling cases throughout Bermuda, worldwide, I'm sure. So get on that. If you're not following Suzanne Khan, you can follow her on Suzanne Khan on Instagram, but you can follow her wellness page, Naked Zero Wellness, and Naked Zero Matcha on Instagram. Also follow the Fresh Princesses because they're the cutest kids. Just everything's a vibe. Shout out to you, Sue. Keep killing the damn thing. Proud of you, girl. That's all I got.
This week, I love to see Good Day Bermuda. It's a new Bermudian morning talk show hosted by Jacqueline Lambert and Teresa Stewart, I want to say. Terry Too Cool. Jacqueline, who I love.
Terry Too Cool. She's so dope. Sorry.
She is dope. I don't actually know her, but I've seen her in various Bermudian things, and she's dope. She was on the Lion Parish podcast maybe before we were on there. And yeah, it's just a whole vibe. They talk to different Bermudians who are kind of like our little We Love to See It sort of thing. They call it Bermudian success story, and it's really dope. And obviously I love Jack, and I love to see her winning, and it's a great show, and you should check it out. Follow them on Good Day Bermuda on Instagram and get your life.
That's dope. I need to see that. I think I've seen
I've seen it on Twitter.
Twitter, but I've never actually sat and watched it. So that's super dope. Shout out to Bermudian Black women.
Bermudian Black women just doing amazing things.
We love to see that.
Period.
I'm shouting out another celebrity, but it's a Black woman. So shout outs to Rihanna. I purchased the Fenty Skin body butter, and I only got the small size. When I tell you this is I don't know how to explain the luxurious feel that your body, it's so soft and smooth, and it just melts like butter into your skin. And I only have the small one. It's almost empty. I need to go and get the big tub. It's so good, and it smells so good, and it just leaves you smelling and feeling. I feel like Riri, and I'm just like, babe, you've done something great with this product, and I need 10 of them. So, and also I have her lip balm. What is lip gloss? I don't know. This is insane, and Rihanna just kills the game, and I love her. And thank you for your body butter, sis. I appreciate it. Copy it if you don't have it. Get it. It's a little expensive, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So
why are you like this?
I'm just saying.
I had to Google that. Sorry.
Get it. It's 28 pounds for the big jar. I can't remember how much that one was, but the big jar is 28 pounds. But you feel like expensive after you put it on your body. So
word.
It's the Rihanna social. So yeah, guys, that's all the links that we love to see this week. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. I forgot to do it this week, but we typically put a little story at the end of our shout outs, so you can let us know what you love to see. Or send us a DM, tag us on Instagram, whatever the case is. If you see something that you think is dope, that you think that we would also love, because I'm sure that if you love it, we love it too. And yeah, we love to see it. Thanks for being great. And we love you.
You know what?
Oh my goodness, why are you like this?
Wagwan, people. Now we are on the Ghetto segment of the podcast. The Ghetto.
Oh, we're committed to this one.
I added 2 snaps to jazz it up a bit. Yeah. So this is where we talk about the ghetto-ness that is on social media, the world, just the foolishness that is happening. Because we can't avoid it. So what y'all saying? What y'all got going on?
Festivals are the devil.
Oh,
period.
Listen, it's so scary. I've avoided all the videos because I just can't.
There's video footage of it?
Of just, people in the crowd and like just all of and just I'm like, I can't watch it. I can't watch it.
That's awful.
Like whatever pictures I've seen of just like the masses of people, like I feel claustrophobic looking at the pictures. Like that's too many people. Stampedes, bro. Like,
and we're still in a, if I'm not mistaken, we are still
in a panoramic.
I thought
very, 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 very much.
I thought we were still in a pandemic, but I thought maybe I was tripping because
nobody wears their masks anymore. So anyway, that's not because I could go on a complete tangent on.
It's really sad. Like a lot of people are saying that they wouldn't stop the show and we should have stopped the show to help people. Yeah, like they were screaming in the pit for them for help, and the show just went on.
No,
people were being trampled. Like it was awful. And I don't know that stopping the show would have been a solution. Like I understand that being the immediate response, like, hey, we need help, stop. But given the masses of people and rage mentality and all of that, I don't know that stopping the show wouldn't have caused more chaos. Like I don't know what the right thing to do would have been. I just know that it's a terrible situation.
And for people that don't know what we're talking about the Travis World Festival. Yeah.
See, but I saw a video of another, like same kind of genre, Raven kind of vibe, and it was a concert, and someone had fallen, and they stopped the show. They said, "What do we do at these?" Whatever, and it was like, we pick people up, so pick them up, make sure they're good. Like that's part of the mentality in these situations where you're supposed to do that, but. I saw it's been a lot of stuff on TikTok where people like this generation, I don't know what it is, where they just don't give a fuck. Like it was like Maddox trying to come through and they weren't trying to get out the way. Like they just did not care because they, I guess, were having fun. So it's like there were obviously preventative measures that could have been taken. And Travis, his little sorry ass, not even an apology because he never apologized, but his little sorry ass messages that he posted, and it just seems like he don't care. And it's just
like, I didn't think that. I thought he seemed
when I watched his little story thing, and it's like he was trying to force distress, and I'm like, bro, you don't look like you're upset. You don't look like you don't. I don't feel remorse by these videos, but maybe he is, and that's just how he shares it. But it just wasn't giving.
Some people have said that he has been known to care for his fans, like in the past, his stop shows to help fans before. I don't know. I saw the note. I don't know. Somebody said that they've been to every Astroworld festival and this one was way different. And I also read a few accounts that said that the medics were totally unprepared, like they didn't have enough of anything.
Didn't the security guard get like a needle in their neck full of
apparently
drugs?
A lot of people getting needled as well. Or it's just like a whole bunch of the world starts getting to shit. Really,
yeah, it was wild.
So it's just an unfortunate event. To be going to a concert and then
and then there was some headline from People, I think. One of these freaking reporters, and the headline said, "Pregnant Kylie Jenner is unharmed."
I saw that.
Bitch, ain't nobody worrying about
Kylie. Was probably in the backstage.
Like,
why
many people died.
That's so gross.
So stupid.
So
like, why the fuck why would she be harmed? Was she in the mosh pit? No.
That's what I'm saying. She was probably backstage or up in some, like, just stupidity.
Right.
Anyway, child. Outside of Travis, I feel like Twitter has been talking about Summer, and I have been loving the tweets about Summer Walker's album. And just all of the jokes about, like, girls is beating their niggas, and I'll just start arguments with my nigga because of her music. The album is really good. First of all, I still prefer Over It over this one, but it is a good body of work. But the tweets had me in tears all day yesterday. I was just like,
be a little controversial. I felt like the whole album sounded the same. I haven't really listened to a Summer Walker full body of work before, so I didn't really know what to expect. She has singles that I love. I've never listened to an album, so I listened to this because everybody was hyping it up, and I was kind of bored.
It's a good body of work, but Over It, you can listen to that shit all day. Like, that is a great album, and it's very diverse. But this one is very similar.
It's all like, okay, my boyfriend is crap, baby mamas, and just distress. And I was like, wow, this is a bit much for me.
I haven't finished listening to it. I started. I can't pick out any song that I particularly like. I know the last song I listened to, I ended up skipping because I was bored. I don't remember which one it was. I haven't finished, but I feel like Twitter has bullied me into listening to it because I've seen mixed reviews. So, like, you got all the girls on Twitter who love it. One guy I follow said that this album is for niggas. Like he said she made this for us. Thanks, Summer. And like all the girls are eating it up. And then somebody was hating on like a lot of. It seems like all of the girls love it, like they love it, and the guys are just like, either I feel like my girl is about to attack me after listening to this, or like she made this for us, like we're winning. And then all the girls seem to love the Ciara's prayer track, and then all the guys are just like, what is this shit? It's a mixed bag.
I love Cardi B's little voice note.
I did like Cardi B's voice note.
I like Cardi. She's so real. I love her.
Yeah, I loved it. I was like, this is real. Like, cause I saw the narration, so I like stayed and listened to that, and I was like, come on, Cardi. Like, this is a real life voice note. Like,
literally.
Like, yeah,
that's why I like that.
Absolutely. I did appreciate that. That's the one thing that I do remember.
But Over It. If you ain't listened to Over It, guys, I need you to listen to Over It. I still bumped that shit, and that came out last year. Year before last year.
I feel like I know every song on there.
Oh my goodness!
On Over It.
I know so many.
Probably.
I know
but
so many of her songs.
That's so good. I will say this one. It's a good album, but it's not. When your debut is what it was, like the next one needs to top, and I don't think it topped, but it has a couple of good bangers on it.
Wow. Actually, this was one of the things I was going to talk about because it's like Billboard. Where is it? Still Over It, aiming for #1 debut on the US album charts with 185 to 210K first week. Summer's first #1 and biggest female R&B debut since Lemonade.
Yeah, I heard that.
Huge. So,
it's doing well, and I'm sure it's still. I feel like this is an album that's similar to like when people don't like something and then you hear it more and more, then you end up falling in love with it. Yeah, it's one of them kind of things where the last album was just like everything banger from the beginning. Like Queen's album. Remember when Queen dropped the album and we were like, bro, no skips. Like it was one of. I feel like this is one that's gonna take a little warming up to, but I still love Summer. She's great. Her voice is amazing.
About the Ciara's prayer, maybe this is a WMTR topic, but like. Really?
You did. I think that was kind of Twitter was talking about it, like Ciara girl, what was the prayer? And it just kind of became a thing.
No, Ciara don't teach you to pray for yourselves. Just pray for yourself. She shouldn't have to guide you on how to do that. Like, I mean, it will come. Right? Just love yourself.
Ciara's prayer is not yours, though. You're not Ciara. You're not Ciara. You don't want what she wants.
It's true, but the prayer was of like self-love, like realizing.
Yeah, that's what I said. But Ciara I feel like it's have to guide you to do that.
Maybe you need a little guidance sometimes. So it gotta be, you know what I'm saying? I'm praying for the wrong things. I'm praying for the nigga when I need to pray for healing of myself first. And then the nigga will come afterwards. Fix your face.
You're right. No, you're right. You're right. No, you're right.
People need guidance.
Oh, yeah.
You're right.
I saw somebody. So like I thought it was a song, but then somebody on Twitter just voiced all of these thoughts I would have had I heard it. He was like, he listened to the whole track and he was waiting for the song to start. It's just legit, just a prayer. And I was like, oh, I would have been just as mad. Oh, that's funny.
Cute.
Well, you're praying. Really I mean, if you love prayer, that's good. You should pray something. I'm not a hater. I mean, pray for yourself, child. Anyway, so I have two things. One, I really like this new green color that we have on WhatsApp now. Have you seen it?
I'm not a fan.
What are you talking about?
I don't enjoy it.
Green, I love it so much. When you send it, it's so nice. It's like forest green, and I'm obsessed.
Because mine ain't updated because Russia looks
I
insane.
don't enjoy it. I remember when it first happened. I told my friend, I was like, WhatsApp is doing a new thing, and I'm not here for it.
I love it so much. It's so pretty. It's like a perfect forest green. Anyway, it's not very ghetto, but I just really want to tell somebody that, so I thought I'd tell you guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. Henry Ruggs, who I believe is an NFL player, who was driving at 156 miles per hour and killed an innocent woman and her baby. Her dog. Did you not see this?
156.
Yeah. So former Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver Henry Ruggs is facing 2 felony charges after he was involved in a car crash that left a woman dead. Authorities have released Ruggs' mugshot and revealed he was traveling at 156 miles per hour at the time of the crash, and his blood alcohol level was more than twice the legal limit.
Damn.
Don't drink and drive, guys.
156 miles. Do you know how fast that is?
Fast. Like, that's how do you even? I know you're drunk, but like 156. That's your foot's on it. Like, where's the cars in front of you? That's scary.
It's very scary.
Damn.
Very.
She died on impact. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get that fast, I would hope it wasn't a.
I'm sure she would. Like,
you had to hear going that fast.
That's terrible.
That's very terrible. People need to stop drinking.
And they have a video, I think it was on the shared room, of like you can see regular cars go and then you see his car. And it's like, whoa. And his girlfriend was in the car, like, child.
Is she okay?
I don't know. Yeah.
I understand. I don't understand. If you know you're going to drink, get an Uber. Or have a DD. Like, have someone that's going to just get you home safe.
Exactly.
I don't understand the whole drinking and driving thing. It's not.
Bermuda's really bad for that because I used to
really
be drinking and driving a lot, and
because I feel like we all think that we're invincible. Like, and you just think it ain't gonna be me.
It's not like a culture thing, like
like probably is
like
you never get that drunk. I'm cool.
For one, you know it ain't never gonna be one. It's only for one. I'm just getting for one.
Right.
No, it ain't just one.
And I'm not getting that far. Like I ain't that drunk, and I'm just getting time. Now I'm already in time. Yeah.
Right. Listen.
But all it takes is 1 second.
Right. To change your whole life.
You could be right outside the house.
Exactly.
Right. Protect yourself. Don't drink and drive. Slow down.
Don't drink and drive. Please.
Yeah, man. Come on. Do better. Anyway, this has been the Ghetto segment of the podcast. Listen, make sure you are following us on Instagram and Twitter and all that jazz because we're great. And that's all I got to say about that.
Okay. Yo. So we are into the Who Makes the Rule segment. This is the segment of the podcast where we question why you lot say that we have to do what you say we have to do. And this week I want to know, this is a bit of a recycled topic. I had a conversation about this, but I want to ask you lot, I want to get you guys' thoughts and insight and all that. So what I want to know is who makes the rules on a 9 to 5 being a real job? Like, what's the deal with that? Why can't you do what you want to do? Why can't creatives create from whenever they want to and not be considered a real job? Because when I was growing up, I've been drawing since I was like 12, 13, but I was always encouraged to go to school and get a real job to support my hobbies. But I just feel like, one, who said they were hobbies? And two, why couldn't they be a real job?
Facts.
Big facts.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube about this topic because,
really,
I mean, more or less, the Matrix and just the American dream and just all of the conditions that we've been conditioned to believe to be what life should be. And there's been a lot of discourse about the fact that back in the day, obviously, the idea was that you go to school, you got to go to college, you got a job, you get married, this, and this. So that's just the norm. And it's been the norm for the last, I don't know, since society, I guess, has been formed in this fashion. And I feel like that's where it started. And then there have always been the ones who questioned it or didn't really understand it or wanted to do what they wanted to do and were against the status quo, whatever you want to call it. And it's just more now that we're like this, where more of us are realizing through the pandemic and all of this that you don't have to work a shitty job, getting paid. I even saw this TikTok where this girl was making a drink at Starbucks and she was like, this drink cost me a half hours of work, like a half hour's pay, like half hour of her hour's pay is this one drink. And then you just realize, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, how am I getting paid pennies basically compared to how much this company is making, yada, yada, yada. So I think it just started with the American dream, really and truly. I feel like America has trickled worldwide and made it like a thing for everybody to desire a 9 to 5 because that's success. That should be the margin of success, which is not true.
Like so too. And then I was having a conversation with one of my coworkers because she was saying she eats 3 times a day, right? I think one of you asked like a question about like who makes the rules on eating 3 square meals. So I was talking about that and like, is all a part of the system? Like it's a scam. Everything. Life is a scam. It's a part of the system. They train you. They tell you that you have to eat 3 times a day because if you just eat when you're hungry, then you don't fit into the system that they've set up for you. Like you can't send your children to school and tell your children, oh, they can only eat when they're hungry. So because you have set times, like you got recess, this is when you eat your fruit. You got lunchtime, this is when you eat your lunch, and then you come back. But what if I'm hungry at lunchtime? This is what happened. It was lunchtime. I was on my lunch break, but I wasn't hungry, so I didn't eat anything. And as soon as my lunch break was over, I was hungry. I was like, I can't eat now because now I have to go back to work. It's a scam. Mm-hmm. Like, so why, who makes the rules that I can't just, get up today and paint and not have to go to a job and, go through the freaking matrix and punch my card and then come back? Like, why? Who decided that?
I don't know who decided, child, but it's BS. And the issue is, is that money makes the world go round. And because people see the art, see the creative industry as something that doesn't bring forth money to put food on the table and create multiple success stories. Like you hear a success story here and there, but when you're in school, you don't read your textbook and see a plethora of people that have just been creative and thrive. So like it starts from when you start learning, like when you start going to school. What do you see? Do you see people coming into school to talk to you about being an artist, to be a performer, to be a fashion designer? Like you don't get those stories. If you think about it. I mean, I don't have any really concrete memories of too many people coming into my school to tell me about the arts. It was always about business, insurance, accounting, and those were the people that were like we were just celebrating them. Even like when I like go, to be fair, I've not had that issue because I have a family that just supports the arts and just has supported me even when I just wanted to kind of take another route that would be a lot easier in financially. Do you know what I mean? But they always told me, this is what you want to do. I think you should go for it. Shout out to my mama. But yeah, man, it's hard. It's like you just don't have enough examples of creatives and people that have actually just been successful. And then, to be honest, as a creative, as someone that this is the profession, the money, like it is hard to survive. Like I'm thinking of like another avenues of living and making money, just because yes, it's beautiful to be up on stage every week, but the money's not like phenomenal, right. You know what I mean? And people don't put enough investments into the arts, and the people that do, the people that are at the higher up are often people that don't have real connections to the arts. They just want the money. So like the producers, and those are the people that kind of have everything in their hands, but they don't want to pour into the right pots. They just want to make the money, and they'll slash and do what they need to do to the creatives, to the people that want to do the work so that they can thrive, you know? I don't know who makes those rules, but I wish the right people would have the arts, the creatives, this industry, this world in their hands, so that young people can know and truly believe that they can thrive in this industry. You know what I mean?
But the wild thing about this whole creativity or creatives is not a real job, or it's not something that's lucrative, or it shouldn't be an aspiration for you. Is like, but you go to the movies, but you go to museums, right. But you walk down the street and you see posters for this. How is that coming from? Who is creating these things for away. You? You're not exactly what would life be like if it weren't for these people who you don't respect, who you think aren't actually doing a job, who you think it's just a hobby, who you think it's just something to fall back on. Like, bro, the world would not be the world that it is right now if it were not for these kinds of people. But the world has conditioned you to think that we are the lesser ones. And it's like, everybody is very much important. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that business and accounting and insurance and all that ain't important. But what just as important as them, you know? And like, it's wild.
Does it make sense to push a creative to become a doctor when they don't want to be a doctor? And then you have terrible doctors because this is not what they wanted to do. This is not what they care about. This is not what they're passionate about. Don't you want to be in the hands of somebody who is passionate about your healthcare rather than somebody who would rather be at home?
I was listening to the Friend Zone podcast, and I think like a recent episode, and they were talking about how like schooling and how it's kind of like an issue, because once you finish high school, you get thrust into university to pick this career that you think that you're interested in. You do 4 years, then you spend another 2 years trying to pursue it, and then you realize at the end of that, hey, I hate this, and you have to start all over. But where's the money to start all over? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
you spent it all. You've invested 10 years in something that you don't actually care about, and you have nothing to show for it. And now you feel like I have to start over, and you don't want to.
That system is fucked. The school system is fucked. It shouldn't be the way that it is.
But it's all about the moolah.
It is 100%.
Why do they want these students to go so that these schools can receive the money? So that, you know what I mean? Like, it's
taking out loans. So they finish school, $50,000 in debt.
Even like, that is crazy, because you're still at 18. I can at 26 take out a loan for if I want to start a business or some shit at this age. I'd have to give you X, Y, and Z. But a lot of 18-year-old want to go to college. They can take $100,000 out easy. No questions or nothing.
Here's 50.
And then you graduate from college and you struggle to get a job, so you can't pay those loans back. Out here, as soon as you finish and get a job, they're taking that right from you.
Yep. They say you can't even pretend not to pay that shit.
Yeah.
It's just wild. Like, I like that now I saw Bermuda is with Barkley and Cedar Bridge in like introducing or whatever trade or whatever the fuck, like different avenues, which again, I feel like schooling is fucked in that, like, I feel like from high school, they should be allowed to, you know, even before that, in middle school, you have, you know, home ec and all this. But like when they get into high school, like there should be options so that they can see, what do I like, what do I not like? Let's figure this out. And then let's not push going straight to college, because at 18, you may, some people might know from young what they want to do. And that's, but a lot of people don't know what they want to do. And you're forcing them to have to just do something. Just go and just for your first year, just feel it out. Just take these courses and see, why the fuck am I wasting money? Just take these courses and see what you kind of like. Oh, I'm not sure. Well, let me take a gap year. Let me just see what life is like. Let me figure out what my interests are. What am I in love with? Why do I have to do this and this? It's just mind-blowing. Like, life is for living.
There's so much pressure to go and get a good job, and like there's a lot of pressure to either become like an accountant or a doctor or a lawyer. That's like the main things, because those are the ones that make all the money. But like, why can't you pursue what makes you happy and see what that brings you?
Right. I feel like you can be successful. But what is success? That's a question that, again, like, because some people define success as having a whole bunch of money in the bank, which obviously can be success for you. But there can be people who are happy and content having their enough to, you know, live, but they're doing what they love. Need. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Capitalism, really.
It's very much capitalist and classist and all of these isms that just want to separate you from the rest, creatives from the 9-to-5ers, and not even just 9-to-5ers, because you have 9-to-5ers that work in retail, who I'm sure don't really want to work in retail unless your passion is fashion. And then you have 9-to-5ers working at McDonald's. I'm sure them motherfuckers don't want to be in McDonald's. So it's like, if you're not doing a business, corporate America, make it 5 figures a year job, then you're looked at like you're a failure.
And even like, you know, even in the art itself, there's like this whole capitalism thing, because as an artist, the main thing you want to do is create and be free to create. But once you get into the industry, you kind of realize, oh, there's certain things I can't do, or like there's certain aspects of it that don't allow me to be creative. And then you want to try and create your own work. And that's hard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're always met with a roadblock. So I find it so frustrating that there's not enough avenues for people who are creatives to be able to purely pursue what they have inside of them and not have it be intervened by, I don't know, just people and their opinions and capitalism and just, you know what I mean? Like, why can't we, I don't know, why can't we just create a world or a space that makes people comfortable enough to just create and be who they want to be and just create what they want to create? I think
that's the one thing that I love about the internet, in a sense, is that you're able to, this is the one space that you can, for the most part, just be you, do you, put out what you want to put out, see how you're received, get feedback, and just grow and build your own thing. You know what I'm saying? And like, there's no gatekeeping essentially or anything like that on the internet, on YouTube, on whatever spaces, Twitter, whatever the fuck you want to platform. But that's the one thing that I do love about technology and this, is that you have a kind of a freedom here, but that's not to say that you will be able to blow up. You know what I'm saying? Or you can be lucrative in that way. You have to wait for that one moment that makes you
and that one person and that door to open. Like, they were also talking about this on the Fred's in as well, like talking about upward mobility. And I talked about this on my story, because it was like, you do all these things, you do all this work because you want to get to a certain point in your career. You want to sit at the table. You want to meet that person. You want to get information from this person, or to reach a certain level based on what society tells you it should be. But why is that? Why do we do that? Why don't we spend more time cultivating in our own spaces?
Right.
Like, as minorities, as, you know what I mean? As even as like in creative bubbles. It's always to get to that next level of, I've made it. I'm making, you know, I'm on this show, I'm doing that. But it's always for a higher up that looks, most of the time, nothing like you that doesn't get your vision. Really, they haven't lived it. Who is it for? Like, and does that trickle down to the people that are like you? Does it make it easier for them to get through? Like, does it stop the gatekeeping? Kind of not really.
Not. It's a weird thing, because even in that Colin show I was talking about, the Colin Kaepernick show, one of the episodes, he was in high school or whatever, and he was using an analogy of like when Black people go to get a loan or whatever the case is, you have to get that white man's stamp of approval. And without that white man's stamp of approval, you cannot go to the next stage. So like what you're saying is like, yes, we want to reach these new levels, but we can only reach them if these white motherfuckers say that you are
worthy enough.
Good enough, that you right, that you can do this. So it's just a lot of, there's always going to be a roadblock, especially for Black people and people of color. Like you're just, there's always going to be a problem. So
that's why I love what Issa Rae's doing, like just creating different spaces for people of all different,
which I think is what you should do, especially when you've broken through. Like reach down and help the ones that are trying to come up behind you.
Absolutely.
You know? Because
I think we just need to change that. Like it's up to people like us to change that mindset of this is the only way it will be. You go to school, you need to go to be a doctor. And when we have our children, if you ever have children, then you know, continue and giving them those opportunities and stuff like that. I feel like it's up to us to change the narrative, because the generation prior to, they are the ones that kind of made us feel insecure about being creative, which is wild. I've had so many people say like, what are you doing? You're an actor? What's your plan B? You should have a plan B.
That's one very damaging thing. Somebody was on Twitter talking about this, people asking about a plan B, and that's not something that a person who's in medical school ever gets asked.
Never, not once.
You don't ask a medical student what's the plan B, bitch. What if I fail out of med school? That shit is hard.
Exactly.
What if like they don't get asked what's your plan B? But when it comes to the arts, it's like we consume so much. You want to be entertained. This is something that you do after work. But then when you have the new generation of potential entertainers coming up, you look at them funny, like you don't believe that they can get to that.
Right.
So why? Like, okay, Cardi B made it, but you don't have what it takes. Sean Goda made it, but you're never gonna be a professional footballer. Like, why?
There's only one. Like, there's only room for one, and it can be you. It can be more than one.
It's the thing. It's like it's very interesting, because it's like, why do you think that it can't be me? And just because you think it can't be me, don't project that onto me. You know what I'm saying?
It's usually rooted in insecurity, because that person wanted it to be them.
Tried something,
and they didn't pursue it.
Yeah.
So now you that negativity.
It didn't work out,
right.
And then on the flip side of that, another thing I noticed is when people are actually doing it, like, so say you've surpassed all of that negativity and you're actually doing it. Your real job is the creative field. You create things, you provide a service in the field of entertainment, or like say I'm a professional painter and this is what I do. This is my real job, but it's still not viewed as a real job to potential customers. And they come to me and they like my work and they want to support me, quote unquote support me. And they come and then they don't want to pay the prices. Because somewhere deep down, it's still not viewed as a real job. Like you don't, or like you get little disrespectful comments like, I actually work for a living, or like I actually have a real job. You just sit around here and do this.
You want me to fight you? Say that to me, please.
Or they were like, true. Oh, can I get a discount? Or like just
do you go? Like,
that's the question, because you're not getting Walmart, you're not getting Target, you're not getting anywhere.
And if you don't see the red sticker and you don't pick it up, new, fresh, whatever, and say, excuse me, can I get 50% off of this because I like it? Like, it don't work like that.
It don't work like
that. It don't. And the things with creatives, listen, don't let nobody dial you down, pay you half price. Somebody
is gonna pay you full price.
Will buy.
100%.
Period.
100%.
Don't be giving no friends and family discounts. I'm sorry. Your friends and family, if they support you, they'll pay the full price. It won't be a question because they know that you need to eat, that you need to survive, that you need to provide.
It's really true that people, the audience is always there. The
Always.
target, the people that will support you, they exist. There are billions of people in this world, child. There's no need for anybody to ever settle for less because
and usually
somebody out there.
Sadly, it's often not the people that you expect, but you can't even let that be like
for sure.
Like that. You can't let that set you back. No. You have to stay focused on what you want to do. It's just as simple as that. You just
and like I even saw this TikTok where this guy had a clothing business and he understands humans, right? And how it's like people don't fuck with nothing until it's got a little bit of hype. So like he would, when he first released, he would like put stuff as sold out so that people would think, oh shit, what's this? I need to come and it's weird that people have to see that people are interested in it before they want to partake as well. And like, I mean, I guess I understand the humor. I want to make sure but that's bandwagon shit and just people not wanting to be there in person. But I feel like we as creatives have to just do your thing, man. Just do your thing and just know what you're worth. Because I don't understand how people could be like, oh, you painted this. You know how many hours it took me to do this shit? How much paint costs? How much brushes cost? Oh, you did this little video. You know how long it takes me to I have to film it, I have to edit it, I have to do this. You like they think that it's so easy to just
because they see the final product. It's like, easy to see the final product and be like,
hours.
Oh,
it actually takes hours, maybe days.
This is actual work. Weeks. It's so disrespectful to look at a creative's product
final piece of work
and then say
and
to
think
them
that it was easy.
Oh, I've known you from a long time, like I can't get a little discount, or I actually have to work for a bitch, this is work, like let me see you do it.
Exactly, let me see.
Do you know how many days it took me
you
painted this thing? Like
Bermuda,
this is hard.
Bermuda, let me talk to you real fast. Bermudians, usually of the older generation, if you know someone that is a performing artist, someone that is a professional performing artist, you calling them up, oh, I just wondering if you could do a little song. Am I rapping? You know, because you sing. Can you do that? My niece, my great niece from my auntie's side, she is trying to put on a show. I was wondering if you could direct it. Listen, some of us get paid for this in real life. Exactly. I know you may not believe in the arts, and even if the person isn't getting paid for it in real life, if you believe in the arts, if you believe in a performer, if you believe in a creative, in their gifts, pay them. It is real. It's a profession. You ain't gonna pick up your lawyer, call your lawyer friend, well, maybe, and say, can you file or go through this complete document 5 times, please, for free?
For free.
No, you won't do that. So please, if you want someone to perform, to sing, to dance, pay them what they're worth. And that's a big part. What they're worth, what they're giving you. And don't,
because $20 ain't gonna cut it.
$20.
And stop trying to pay people in exposure. That's dead. We're already exposed. We have the internet. People can see us. Thank you.
Girl, I wonder. My emails be full of what's that? Just gifting.
Exposure.
We'll put you on our page, babe. I don't need you to put me on your page.
Bitch, you have 70
subscribers. I don't need you on my page.
Right, like the nerve. It just, it's enough. It's enough. If you truly say you believe in the arts, please
support it.
Pay
with your money. Yes.
Yeah.
Your money. Put your money where your mouth is.
Honestly.
And then if you don't believe in it, you don't have to say anything, bro.
Literally.
Like if you're not gonna help push the boat forward, you ain't gotta pull it back either. You could just
Let me read my viral tweet. Because it seems to be fitting right now. Because right now I'm a viral sensation on Twitter. In case you didn't know. Period. 430 retweets, 1,782 likes. But the tweet reads, some people can support you in public because of the way they talk about you in private. Listen, if you don't believe in my source in private, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. And also, just close your mouth. If you don't have nothing good to say about anything, if somebody's doing something that you're scared to do or that you don't have the balls to do, shut up. Please.
Literally.
And let a person thrive.
They'll be coming to creators telling them that the tickets are too high, or like shut your mouth.
But you will pay for Brian McKnight. You will pay for Drake.
For anybody.
You will pay the same for Kendrick. Pay the same for Last Call. Pay the same for
all of them.
Justice. Pay the same for everybody.
Like it's ridiculous.
Listen, don't get me heated today because it's very passionate about this stuff. It really just makes me
like it's so easy though. It's so easy. Like either pay for the ticket or don't.
And if you can't afford it, that's fine too. Listen, do you know how many things I want from Girl the label? Do you know? Listen, but I can't afford that shit right now. I can't.
But one day. But I'm not gonna
bash and say she's
I'm not gonna DM Perry and say that she needs to lower the price of her.
No, she doesn't.
She fucking designed herself. No, she don't.
Quality. I still have these shades. Had so many shades, and Ray-Ban and Girl the label are the only ones that have not broken. Quality is what she's giving you, and when I have the money, I'm gonna swipe up everything on that website.
And she puts in that work. It's not like she just made this overnight. She's putting in the work.
Years and years and years of sacrifice. Go listen to Perry talk about her story on Gatekeeping's podcast, which is called
Freedom Slave
podcast. Go listen to that story and come back, please. Or listen to it after this and then come. Yeah, so we can all thrive. But it takes years to cultivate these gifts. Like,
it's disrespectful.
Yeah, man.
To try and underpay.
Stop being crappy to creators.
To creators. Just because it's not something that you understand. Just because it's not something that you would do. Like you put in however many years of work into your career, and that was real work for you, and that's what pays your bills, that's fine. But what someone else has put work into, that like you can't diminish you put in work over here into what's considered a real job, and that's what works for you, but that doesn't diminish the amount of work that a creative puts into their craft, especially given the fact that you can't do it yourself.
Right.
Exactly. You think I can recreate those things? Oh, okay. Imagine me trying to sell you some shades and how they will fall apart in 2 days.
Right.
So who am I to say that she's charging too much for what she's been working her ass off for?
A lot of you could not do what creatives do. I'm sorry. You just like I can't show up and be a doctor. Right? A lot of you can do.
Some of you could never.
You could never. I want to see you. I want to see you on stage with an audience of 3,000. Please.
Right? Because it wouldn't
never be me.
Could not be me. But I want to see you. I want to see you do this too. Okay? We all have our own source.
Like
we all have our own experiences. We've all put our own blood, sweat, and tears and talent into our various paths.
You know, and it's like when you think about the people that say to you that this thing is a hobby or it's not your gift, are the same people that will tell you that you have a gift. But this gift that I have is not a gift that your gift will make room for you.
Say that people that say the Bible say
that your gift will make room for you, and you're going to tell me that I should not pursue that because you think, listen, the universe and the God that has created me, please, you think I'm not going to be successful in what it is that I want to do?
Right.
As long as I put my mind to it, I'm going to be as successful as I. No, you know what I'm saying? Like people really be trying to make people feel like they shouldn't be doing what they're doing. And that's really
realize how little sense that makes, though. You are not going to be successful in what you are passionate about. So you need a backup plan, something that you don't give a shit about. That needs to be a plan B, because when your passion falls through, at least you'll have this damn thing that you have no interest in to fall back on.
Anyway, make it make sense. Guys, a lot of people don't work. You don't have the mental power to work on things long enough for them to succeed.
So, exactly.
And that's the issue.
People think it happens
like you overnight. Think stuff is overnight and it's just add water and it's created. No. Just like you have to pass the MCAT, I'm gonna pass the freaking singing. Like I'm gonna prove to myself that I could bout this song in front of all these people, or that I can merge these colors to create this art, or that I can show up on YouTube and bare my soul and create.
I didn't know you learned your ABCs in one day.
Do edits and you know what I mean? It takes time. You don't learn this stuff overnight. And a lot of the time, if I'm being honest, a lot of these creators are learning these things by themselves. They ain't having any training to create a business. Like a lot of people are teaching themselves how to be a creative, also teaching themselves how to be an entrepreneur, teaching themselves how to market. Like
you're doing all the hats. You're wearing all everything.
How to navigate social media, how to sell things, how to copyright and just it's everything.
A lot. And a lot of these people, a lot of these creatives are going to quote unquote real jobs at the same time. So they're going to work every day and they're coming home to do more work.
Hello.
And exhausted.
And that's me right now. I'm hard work.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's very hard.
It's very hard.
It's exhausting and I want a vacation. Immediately after I come off vacation.
Listen, vacations when you are working on your own stuff and you're trying to be entrepreneur or whatever the hell, because you don't stop thinking about your passion project. Like you just don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
You don't. What are days off? Like
what are days off?
What are days off?
Please, me, I'll take days off. I ain't stressing myself.
I mean, sometimes I take days off, but you don't stop thinking about like
you don't stop thinking about it. You think about the fact that you're not doing what you should be doing, and then you're stressed about not doing it. But
right, and you get anxious because you're not doing exactly.
It's hard. It's hard out here.
It's hard out here. So just
hard out here for a creative.
It's hard
trying to be creative
and make it.
Please respect us and put some respect on our crafts.
Put some respect on our crafts, bro.
That's all I'm saying. The world will be dull and boring. You come to your numbers and read your letters.
You'd be bored and wouldn't know what to do.
And there's nothing wrong with your jobs.
Nothing at all. But I'm just saying.
All jobs are important.
I can't do that. My brain's
we
not
a little fun in the world, a little joy, a little happiness.
You know don't play what we do.
Period. Don't play with it.
Listen,
and
everybody's job is
to do
important.
that as well.
Yes,
like encourage the next generation. But you know what I love about these Gen Zs? They don't care. They don't care what these people say. That's what I love. I'm gonna do what they're gonna do.
And that's how it should be.
I love a yeah, I'm not gonna do that type of person. Like I love that. You should do blah blah blah. Why?
I don't feel that in my spirit.
Right?
Yeah. I love that. No, I don't think I will.
I know what
like that meme, the Captain America meme. No, I don't fucking think I will.
Do what you love and love what you do.
Do what you want to do.
Because
and leave people alone.
I literally took the words out my mouth. Mind your business and leave people alone.
Leave people alone. Let them do what they love. Because what else are we meant to be? Be miserable?
Bro, stay in your own lane, okay? Just because you're not the one that's gonna make it doesn't mean that this person.
And just because you don't believe you are, because it's very well that you could be. Right. Everybody is capable of doing whatever the hell that they want to do. This big ass universe, you think I can't be?
Why not you?
YouTuber.
If it believe in yourself, maybe that's what it is. You need to stop believing in yourself.
Right.
Exactly.
Stop turning other people down. Focus on your own journey and believe in yourself.
Period. Trust your journey. Be good to yourself. Follow me at Helena Pipe _ and also follow Just Journey because that's what we talk about.
Shameless plug.
Shameless.
Well, yeah, that has been Who Makes the Rules, guys. We just want you to be respectful of creatives, or not even just creatives and all non-conventional career paths.
Period.
Be respectful of these people. All jobs matter.
Oh, come on. Speak it. Shut up.
And we can all make it, okay?
You can. There's enough.
There's room for everyone.
There is enough room for your source.
Okay? Money Jeff Bezos says, you think that is not enough money for all of us to have?
And then we
Elon Musk out here hoarding wealth.
We don't want Elon Musk's table. We want to create our own table.
Create our own table. I'm just saying that nigga got a lot of money, which means there's a lot of money in this world.
There's a lot out there.
Money ain't even real.
And we're getting enough on those doors so the minorities and people like, minorities can grab a whole chunk of that.
A whole chunk.
Everybody just got a piece of the pie.
Period.
So yeah, that's it for this week's episode. Make sure you're following us on WMTR podcast. Make sure you're following me. My name is Chakara. You can follow me at _JustCara. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel at JustCara. I've been putting out some heat, and you should go watch it because I've been working hard, and you need to see it. I beg your pardon.
I listen to it back to her.
Why are you like this?
Yeah. Anyway, you can follow me at Helena Pipe _. Listen, my Instagram's lit. If you need positivity, if you need encouragement, if you need a little sprinkle of the arts, if you need the good vibes, follow me because that's all I'm giving. That's where I'm at in my life. Also, follow Just Journeying, which we're on our way to.
It's a journey.
Yeah, we're getting there one step at a time. And also, let me just say this. Don't let other people's words discourage you. And don't allow people to allow you to forget what the work that you have put in and the things that you want to accomplish. Because sometimes people can really just throw you off your game, put you into self-sabotage and so on and so forth. Screw that. Do what you want. Thrive unapologetically. Yeah, so follow Just Journeying. That's me.
Who don't gotta fight?
Follow me. Huh?
The world.
You can follow me on Instagram at Sakaéla and subscribe to my channel, Road to 100K, Sakaéla Justice on YouTube.
Period.
All the fashion things. So, yeah, guys. Thanks for listening.
Liddy.
This is a great episode.
In the next one.
Also, share with a friend because if you like this, someone else will. Share the podcast, please. Talk about it on Twitter and all that. If you really rock with us, then let other people know that you rock
follow
with
button.
Us. Right? Shirty boy.
Period.
Shirty boy.
Period.
See you next week.
And we'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.